Hi everybody, Darlene here. Welcome to this week's video. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who left comments for me last week. I got some really positive feedback about my voiceover, so that was really nice. Thank you very much to everybody who did that. This week I did another distress card. I started off with some Dusty Concord. I'm using the Tim Holtz craft sheet, and how you apply this ink, the best way to apply it is to start your applicator off your cardstock and rub it onto the cardstock so that you don't get those rectangular ink spots. Now I'm taking some Barn Door and I'm doing a light edging of it because I wanted to have a little bit of a reddish pink hue because I'm going to be adding a butterfly of that color. Now I'm going back to add the background, and I'm taking the stamp and I'm putting it upside down, and then I'm using some scrap paper and my bone folder to make sure that I get good coverage. Alright, so this is how I'm creating the water spots, by just spraying some water onto my hand and flicking it onto the paper. I use Memento ink when I'm going to be doing Copic coloring because it doesn't bleed. And when I'm doing my coloring, I start with the lightest color first, using all over. Then I take the darkest into the shadow part. Then I use medium. Then I go back in with the lightest color and blend. And then I go back and do one more touch of the darkest color. Now what I decided to do here was to just go in with a white colored pencil and create a little bit more dimension. I'm just following the lines of the stamp. I've had some people ask me how I cut these detailed butterflies out. So I left that part in. I usually edit it out. I really just hold my hand steady, my right hand that's doing the cutting, and I move the paper. So as you can see, I'm using my left hand to rotate the paper around. When I'm doing the antenna, I get really, really close to it. See how I roll it around. And then sometimes when I'm doing the certain edges, like this edge, I'll have the image on the right side of my scissors, and that allows me to get pretty close and at a good angle. Now I'm taking another piece of white cardstock to create some green, a green sheet, and I'm using peeled paint for that. Now I'm going back in with some black, and I don't really want it to look like there's black on there, so I'm just putting a very, very light touch just to create a little frame. For my Stamp-A-Majig, I use vellum, and I stamp the stamp set, all the stamps in the set, on each corner of the vellum, and then I store the vellum with the stamp set. That way I don't have to use that sheet every time. Now I'm using some foam adhesive to pop it up off the card, mostly because there's ribbon underneath it, and if I lay it straight flat against the card, it'll be a little bumpy. Now I'm putting that purple sheet on a white 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. I'm using a glue dot, which allows the middle part of the butterfly to stick and the wings to fly up. Now this is black enamel by Ranger, and it creates little black beads. It's really cool. You have to have a very steady hand though. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.